This aim routine can take you from aiming like this to aiming like this in just 10 minutes a day. Not everyone has the time to aim train for 30 minutes a day, and most people don't want to spend that time doing it in the first place. So I created a routine that can help you get the most bang for your buck in just 10 minutes a day. I use this exact routine to win Premier after a 1-year break from the game. The most important mechanics in Valorant are strafing, spraying, and bursting. So we need a routine that's time efficient and still sufficiently trains each of these. So first we'll train our precision. We load up into the range and begin Eliminate 100. Now you may have heard people tell you to do this in the past, but we're doing it for different reasons. Staying locked in a competitive match is often the killer of a good match. I know we've all been there. You're locked in, holding an angle, and then right as you start to zone out, they swing. So we'll train our ability to focus and our precision at the same time. For each of these runs, we'll try our hardest to give it 100% of our attention and focus. When you first start doing this, it'll be likely that you find yourself losing focus, but in time you'll be able to give this your full focus for the entire duration. We will do 3 runs of Eliminate 100, and if you're really crunched for time, you can do Eliminate 50 instead. I would recommend you stand on the left or right of the bots, because it more accurately represents the real adjustments you would have to make in a match, and you'll need to focus on keeping your crosshair placement consistent like in a real match. So in the first run, we'll train our first bullet accuracy, basic movement, and precision aim. We'll do this by using a sheriff and focusing on making a small movement before every shot, and only shooting when we're on target. And in a real match, you should be moving until you're on target and not stopping before. Now for the second run, you'll switch to your favorite eco weapon other than the sheriff. Many people diminish the value of a good eco round and proficiency with an eco weapon, but just one good eco round can turn the tide of a match, so it's important to get good with it. So for your favorite eco weapon, you'll want to repeat the same drill that you just did for the sheriff, but I want you to play your weapon's range properly. Now what does that mean? That means if you're using a marshal, you'll probably want to hip fire bots that are really close, and ADS far bots. And for weapons like the Stinger or the Spectre, you'll want to ADS at further ranges, and maybe do short bursts or short sprays at close range. It's important to learn your weapon's range, and when it's effective. For the final drill, I'm going to have you use your favorite rifle. Now we're going to strafe and fire 3-shot bursts. But for this drill, you're going to stand behind this pole so that you can properly train longer strafes. You will need to do full and complete strafes before firing. In a real match, many players strafe, but they don't realize how shallow their strafes are, and then they wonder why it's so easy for the enemies to hit them. So it's important to train full and complete strafes. This will be much harder than the previous drills, because you will need to line up your crosshair before shooting. But don't be discouraged if this proves to be difficult, because if it was easy, then it wouldn't be practice. For each of these drills, you'll be aiming to get faster and faster times every few days, and a goal to shoot for is below 100 seconds for each run. And if you're doing Eliminate 50, you'll want to aim for below 50 seconds for each run. These 3 drills should have taken you about 6 to 7 minutes. So now for the last 2 drills. We're going to do spray practice and smoothness practice. For spray practice, you want to spend about a minute or 2 every day just spraying the target in the range. And you're going to focus on keeping a tighter and tighter spray. You'll want to do this for every weapon that you plan to use in a real match. So if you only use Stingers and Phantoms, then you want to make sure you're able to control the recoil for both. After warming up your spray control, you're going to head over to the practice spots and you're just going to become comfortable with hitting spray headshots. You don't have to spend too much time on this. Just a little bit of practice every day will compound, and you'll be better than you've ever been before you know it. For the final drill, I want you to head outside the range and focus on smoothly tracking flying bots while you move. This will help you sync up your aim and movement so that in a real match you can hit moving targets with ease. Because in order to have good aim, you'll need to be able to make smooth adjustments with your sensitivity. And speaking of sensitivities, you won't be able to aim train efficiently without a good sensitivity. Good thing I made a video that teaches you everything about sensitivities and finding the perfect one right here. Have a good one.